Hello everyone, and welcome to our special sleep lecture. Today we're going to peer through what I like to call the cracked windows of our sleep. You know, those little fractures in our nightly rest that can turn into major problems if we don't address them. We all know that feeling, right? Tossing and turning, staring at the ceiling, your mind racing a million miles an hour. You count sheep, you try deep breathing, you might even get up for a glass of warm milk, but sleep just won't come. Or maybe you fall asleep easily, but then you wake up at 3 a.m., wide awake, and can't get back to sleep. Sound familiar? These are the cracks we're talking about, and they affect millions of us every single night. So, what's really going on here? Why is something that should be so natural, so effortless, become such a struggle for so many? The truth is, our modern lives are practically designed to sabotage our sleep. We're constantly bombarded with stimulation. Our phones buzz, our emails ping, and the blue light from our screens tricks our brains into thinking it's still daytime, suppressing the production of melatonin, our natural sleep hormone. It's a constant battle against our own biology. Think about it. For thousands of years, human activity was dictated by the sun. We rose with it and we wound down as it set. Now, we have artificial light that lets us push our days long into the night, blurring the lines between work, play, and rest. Let's start by understanding the basics of our sleep cycle. Sleep isn't just one long state of unconsciousness. It's a dynamic process with several stages. We cycle through light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep, which stands for rapid eye movement. Each stage plays a critical role. Deep sleep is where your body does most of its physical repair work, healing muscles, strengthening the immune system, and consolidating memories. REM sleep is when your brain is highly active, processing emotions and locking in learning. It's also when most of our vivid dreams happen. A healthy night's sleep involves cycling through these stages multiple times. When our sleep is fragmented, when we keep waking up, we interrupt these crucial cycles. We might get the hours, but we're not getting the quality. That's why you can sleep for 8 hours and still wake up feeling completely exhausted. The architecture of your sleep is broken. So how do we start to repair these cracks? The foundation of good sleep is a solid routine. This is something we call sleep hygiene. I know it sounds a bit clinical, but it's really about creating a set of habits that signal to your body and brain that it's time to wind down. The single most important rule of sleep hygiene is to have a consistent wake-up time. Yes, you heard that right. Wake-up time, not bedtime. Waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, helps to set your internal body clock or your circadian rhythm. This makes it easier to fall asleep at a consistent time each night. It might be tough at first, especially on a Saturday morning when you want to lie in, but trust me, your body will thank you for it in the long run. Now let's talk about the bedroom environment. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary for sleep, and that means it needs to be cool, dark, and quiet. Think of it as a cave. Our bodies are programmed to sleep better in cooler temperatures, so turn down that thermostat. Blackout curtains or an eye mask can work wonders to block out disruptive light, whether it's from street lights or the early morning sun. And if you live in a noisy area, earplugs or a white noise machine can be a game changer. The goal is to minimize any sensory input that could tell your brain it's time to be awake. And this is a big one. The bed is for sleep and intimacy only. No working on your laptop, no scrolling through social media, and definitely no eating in bed. You want your brain to have a powerful association. Bed equals sleep. Let's tackle the pre-sleep routine. What you do in the hour or two before bed can make or break your night. This is your wind down period. It's time to disconnect from the chaos of the day and ease into a state of calm. Put away your phone, turn off the TV, and dim the lights. This helps your body start producing melatonin naturally. Instead of screens, try something relaxing. Read a book. A real paper book. Listen to calm music or a podcast. Take a warm bath or shower. The subsequent drop in your body temperature when you get out can help trigger sleepiness. Gentle stretching or meditation can also be incredibly effective at quieting a racing mind. Find what works for you and make it a non-negotiable part of your evening. What about diet and exercise? They play a huge role too. Regular physical activity is fantastic for sleep, but timing is key. A vigorous workout in the morning or afternoon can deepen your sleep at night. However, exercising too close to bedtime can be overstimulating for some people and make it harder to fall asleep. Listen to your body and see what works for you. When it comes to food and drink, be mindful of stimulants like caffeine and nicotine. Caffeine can stay in your system for up to 8 hours or more, so that afternoon cup of coffee might be the reason you're wide-eyed at midnight. And while a glass of wine might make you feel drowsy initially, alcohol actually disrupts your sleep architecture later in the night, leading to more frequent awakenings. Try to avoid large meals and excessive fluids right before bed as well. But what if you do all of these things and you still find yourself lying awake? First, don't panic. Staring at the clock and worrying about not sleeping is the worst thing you can do. It creates a cycle of anxiety that makes sleep even more elusive. If you've been in bed for more than 20 minutes and you're not feeling sleepy, get up. Go to another dimly lit room and do something calm and boring. Read a dull textbook or fold laundry. The key is to break the association between your bed and the feeling of frustration. Only go back to bed when you start to feel genuinely sleepy. This technique, known as stimulus control, can be incredibly powerful in retraining your brain to associate your bed with sleep, not wakeful anxiety. It's also important to manage your thoughts. For many people, a racing mind is the biggest barrier to sleep. This is where techniques like mindfulness and cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, or CBTI, can be life-changing. CBTI is considered the gold standard treatment for chronic insomnia and helps you identify and change the negative thoughts and behaviors that are keeping you awake. It's about restructuring your relationship with sleep. For instance, you might learn to challenge thoughts like, if I don't get 8 hours of sleep, I'll be a wreck tomorrow. While a bad night is unpleasant, one night of poor sleep is usually not catastrophic. Reducing that pressure and fear can, paradoxically, make it easier to sleep. If you feel like your sleep problems are severe or are causing significant distress, please consider talking to a doctor or a sleep specialist. They can help you explore options like CBTI and rule out any underlying medical conditions. So let's recap the main takeaways for mending those cracked windows. First, build a rock-solid routine, starting with a consistent wake-up time. Second, optimize your bedroom environment to be a cool, dark, quiet sanctuary. Third, create a relaxing wind-down ritual an hour before bed, free from screens and stress. Fourth, be mindful of what you consume and when you exercise. And finally, if you can't sleep, don't fight it. Get out of bed, do something calming, and only return when you feel sleepy. Remember, improving your sleep is a journey, not an overnight fix. Be patient and compassionate with yourself. Small, consistent changes can lead to profound improvements over time. By taking these steps, you can start to repair those cracks and rediscover the deep restorative rest your body and mind deserve. Thank you so much for joining this lecture today. I hope you found these insights helpful on your path to better sleep. Don't forget to like this video if you learned something new, and subscribe to the channel for more content to help you live a healthier, happier life. Sweet dreams, everyone.